Hey there, it's Lenny McGill with the GlockStore Performance and Custom Shop here in the Nashville studios today. And if you own a Glock 22, which is a 40 caliber, or a Glock 23 40 caliber, or a Glock 27 40 caliber, or for that matter, even a Glock 31, which is a 357, or a Glock 32, which is a 357, or a Glock 33, which is the mini 357, you can shoot 9mm out of that same gun with one of our double diamond conversion barrels. It's really one of the most neat things about a Glock is the fact that the barrels are somewhat interchangeable. And the conversion barrel, what's really interesting about it, it's 40 caliber on the outside, but 9mm on the inside. And because the Glock 22, 23, 27 are very similar to their counterparts, the 9mm counterpart, the barrel just drops in. However, you have to have the conversion barrel. You can't just drop a 17 barrel into here because it won't fit, because it's 17 barrel on the outside. It'll be sloppy. And that's the trick behind the conversion barrel. It's a 40 caliber barrel on the outside, but 9mm on the inside. So it's really simple. And the reasons you would shoot 9mm versus 40 caliber are plentiful. First of all, the ammo is plentiful. Second of all, the ammo is a lot less expensive. And third, there's a lot less recoil with a 9mm than the 40 caliber. And a lot of new shooters who get the 40, say, "Wow, it's really snappy." And if you want your younger son or your younger daughter or even your wife to shoot the 40 caliber, a lot of people go, "It's just too snappy. I don't want to shoot it." So you can drop a 9mm barrel into it, and they can shoot 9mm out of your same 40. And of course, like I said, it's a lot less expensive, so you can train with it a lot more too. So the procedure is very simple. I'll show you real quick. You're gonna drop the magazine out. We're gonna make sure the gun is empty, keeping the finger off the trigger. Pull the slide in a safe direction. Pull the trigger in a safe direction. And now we're gonna take the slide off. And to take the slide off, it's pretty simple. There's a takedown lever, also known as a slide lock, not to be confused with the slide stop, which I confuse a lot often. Slide lock is a takedown. Slide stop is kind of the slide release. That's the other name for it. So I'm going to bring the gun around. I'm going to take my fingers on one side, thumb on the other side, and I'm going to pull down on that slide lock. But I have to pull the slide back just a little bit to release some pressure off of it. Pull down, hold down, and pull the slide off. Pretty simple. And this is how easy it is. Take the guide rod out, take the barrel out, boom. We'll get the double diamond barrel. And again, like I said, if you'll notice here real quick, the outside of the barrel is 40 caliber, whereas the inside is 9. And you just notice the difference between the size of the bore, this being the 40, this being the 9, and how much thicker the wall is. Again, the trick is it's a 40 caliber barrel outside dimension. Inside dimension is 9mm, which allows you to shoot 9mm ammo through your 40 caliber gun. Barrel just drops right in. Now you do want to oil it. I have had some people say, "Hey, you know what? It's not functioning like I should be." And I said, "Well, have you oiled it?" They go, "Oh no, I thought it was okay." Well, yeah, you should oil these barrels because Glock likes to have a little bit of oil on it. Not a lot, but when you oil the barrel, you're going to oil right here because there's a lot of action right there. All right. Now, that's right on the top of the ejection port. And you also put the barrel over here, and I'll show you that when I put the gun on. Now, once I've got the barrel installed, we're basically going to just pop it right on the top. And then we go ahead and rack it. Voila. So here's what you do. You would oil the barrel right out top here, just a little bit. Doesn't have to be drenched because there's a lot of metal-to-metal contact. You'd also oil the barrel right here on top of the ejection port right at this point, because again, that's where the metal-to-metal contact is, and you really want to have it, somewhat wet there. And the oil will migrate itself around once it starts to shoot, but that's the 2 oil points. So now we've installed the double diamond conversion barrel, and I can shoot 9mm out of the same gun. Now, typically, I would suggest that you do buy 9mm magazines. They will fit directly in here, just like your 40 caliber magazines. They're the same size on the outside. In fact, the frame of the 9mm and the 40 caliber are basically the same. It's the slide that's different. So those frames are actually interchangeable. So a lot of parts inside there are interchangeable from the 17 to the 22, 23 to the 20, or to the 19, 27 to the 26. But a little trick for you. If you are in a bind, you can use a 40 caliber magazine to feed 9mm. Who would have known it? I did, because people asked and I had to test it, and it does work. So the 40 caliber magazine will work with 9mm if you're in a bind, but I do suggest you buy some 9mm magazines. And that's the story on our conversion barrels. One other thing that's kind of a side note, but the Gen 5 options will work with the Gen 4 barrels, conversion barrels, for the 23 to 9 and the 27 to 9. However, the 22 Gen 5 barrel, 22 Gen 5 gun, is a little different, and the barrel's a little different, so you have to have a dedicated Gen 5 barrel, whereas the Gen 519 and the Gen 526 shares the same size and guide rod as the Gen 523 and Gen 527. If that didn't confuse you, I probably got more to say, but that's the end of this video. So thanks for watching. I'm Lenny McGill. If you're looking to shoot 9mm through your 40 caliber gun, we've got a solution. The Double Diamond performance barrels, we sell a ton of them. It's a great option, and it's something you definitely should consider. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.